Hello, I'm Miranda.
And I'm Liv, and we did our presentation on the invention of the electric chair and some important components that contribute to the invention. Welcome to our class documentary assignment exploring the intriguing history and impact of the electric chair. In this documentary, produced by Miranda and I, we dive into the evolution of this controversial method of execution and its broader societal implications. Our documentary aims to provide a comprehensive overview, starting with the origins of the electric chair. We'll explore how it emerged as an alternative to other forms of capital punishment and its history as a perceived more humane method of execution.
Throughout the film, we will examine pivotal moments in the use of the electric chair, including notable cases and legal challenges that have shaped public opinion and policies surrounding its use. Liv and I will guide you through the different perspectives on the ethical, legal, and societal dimensions of this subject. As we progress, we will present footage and photographs to illustrate key points and transport viewers back to critical moments in the history of this controversial subject. This multimedia approach will enhance our understanding of the electric chair's significance within history.
We invite you to join us on this thought-provoking journey as we unpack the complex story of the electric chair. We aim to foster meaningful discussions and deeper reflections on this topic that continues to resonate in our society today. Thank you for joining us on this exploration through our film. The electric chair was invented by Alfred Southwick in 1881 to create a more humane style of execution. Southwick was an engineer and a dentist. He invented the electric chair based on the style of a dentistry chair. The purpose of the electric chair was designed to allow prisoners a more humane and peaceful execution over the previous methods, such as the firing squad that was often used. New York was the first state to enact the electric chair. Later, more and more states followed suit. Today, it is the most preferred method of execution.
Now let's take a closer look at the electric chair control room and how it functions during the execution process. Inside the control room, technicians and authorized personnel oversee the execution process with meticulous attention to detail. The room is typically equipped with a series of switches, dials, and monitoring equipment designed to regulate the flow of electricity to the electric chair. As the execution preparations commence, the control room operators verify all systems are functional and calibrated correctly. This includes testing the electrical connections and ensuring the integrity of the electrical circuit that will deliver the lethal current to the individual. Once everything is confirmed, the execution team proceeds with the final steps to initiate the electric chair.
Switching to the electric chair itself, we witness the condemned individual being escorted into the chamber and secured into the chair. This transition marks the solemn transition from legal process to the implementation of the sentence. The executioner then activates the control panel, sending the lethal electrical current through the individual's body. Once the execution is over, the prisoner must remain in the chair until a medical professional can enter the room and confirm that the execution was a success.
On August 6, 1890, at Auburn State Prison in New York, William Kemmler became the first person to be executed by the method of the electric chair. William Kemmler, convicted of murder, was chosen to be the test subject for this new method. As witnesses looked on, Kemmler was strapped into the chair and electrodes were attached to his body. The switch was then flipped, sending a powerful surge of electricity through his body. However, the execution did not proceed as smoothly as anticipated. The first jolt of electricity was insufficient to cause death, and Kemmler reportedly groaned in agony. It took a second, stronger jolt to ultimately end his life, leading to a prolonged execution. This landmark event marked the beginning of the era of the electric chair as a method of execution in the United States. The execution of William Kemmler ignited a national debate over the ethics and effectiveness of electrocution, setting the stage for ongoing discussions about the role of technology in administering justice.
One crucial component of early electric chair executions was the use of wet sponges placed on the individual's head during the execution. These sponges enhanced the conductivity of electric current during the execution process. The process of the sponge was to facilitate the flow of electricity through the body, ensuring a more effective and lethal outcome. However, this practice also posed significant risks, as excessive moisture or improper placement could lead to unintended consequences, such as prolonged suffering or malfunctions, which did often occur. Over time, advancements in electric chair technology led to modifications in the execution process, including changes in sponge usage and electrode placement. Despite these developments, the use of sponges remains an everlasting reminder of the evolving methods and ethical considerations surrounding capital punishment in modern society.
We will now shift to Ohio's electric chair, nicknamed Old Sparky, and its unique design featuring multiple switches. In Ohio, Old Sparky earned its reputation as the state's execution device. Unlike traditional electric chairs with a single switch, Ohio's chair had multiple switches. These switches allowed different people to operate the chair simultaneously, spreading responsibility for the execution among several individuals. The use of multiple switches was intended to minimize the psychological burden on any single person tasked with carrying out the execution. However, critics argued that it also diluted accountability, making it easier for individuals to distance themselves from the act of taking a life. Despite its controversial design, Old Sparky remained in use in Ohio for decades, carrying out numerous executions. Its distinctive features and the debate surrounding its operation contributed to the ongoing discourse surrounding capital punishment in the state and beyond.
When it comes to the electric chair, many people often remember the tragic and sad story of Topsy the elephant. After years of mistreatment and aggression, which resulted in the death of several people, it was decided that Topsy needed to be euthanized. However, the method chosen was shocking: electrocution using the same methods as the one used in the electric chair. On January 4, 1903, Topsy was led to her fate. With a crowd of spectators looking on, including members of the press and curious onlookers, Topsy was fed cyanide-laced carrots to sedate her before being electrocuted. The decision to use the same methods, such as the ones used in the electric chair for Topsy's euthanasia, sparked controversy and protests by animal rights activists and advocates. Nevertheless, Topsy's execution marked a bizarre and tragic chapter in the history of both animal welfare and the use of the electric chair. Her story serves as a tragic reminder of the ethical dilemmas surrounding capital punishment.
In our exploration of the electric chair, we encounter an intriguing intersection of history and culture embodied by Yellow Mama, a nickname for Alabama's infamous electric chair. The chair was painted yellow because of Alabama's highway color, which is symbolic to the state, and also because that is the only color they had available at the adjacent State Highway Department lab. Yellow Mama stands as a grim symbol of justice and punishment, having been the site of over 160 executions between 1927 and 2002. Its association with the color yellow, often used in cautionary signs and highway paint, underscores the somber warning it represents, a stark reminder of the consequences of crime and the state's authority to conduct capital punishment. Yellow Mama's chilling presence in Alabama's Holman Correctional Facility serves as a tangible link to a former era of capital punishment, evoking complex emotions and ethical questions about justice and the use of state-sanctioned violence. In examining Yellow Mama and its symbolic connection to highway paint, we confront the uneasy reality of the electric chair's legacy and its enduring impact on society and the perceptions of the electric chair.
During the late 19th century, a rivalry emerged between advocates of AC, notably promoted by George Westinghouse and Nikola Tesla, and advocates of DC, led by Thomas Edison. This war of currents, centered on which electrical system would dominate power distribution, served as an importance in the creation of the electric chair. AC was chosen for its ability to deliver high-voltage alternating currents over long distances more efficiently than DC. The use of AC in the electric chair raised questions about the humaneness of electrocution. Unlike DC, which produces a continuous flow of electricity, AC cycles between positive and negative currents, potentially causing convulsions and more violent reactions in the body. This led to concerns about whether AC electrocution was truly a more humane method of execution compared to other forms of capital punishment.
This concludes our documentary on the invention of the electric chair and how it came to be. As you can see, the method of electrocution dates back to many centuries and is still prevalent today. The history of the electric chair is vital information to be aware of when understanding why it is the preferred method of execution and the purpose it serves. We want to thank our audience for the time spent watching our film and hope you enjoyed it.